how about this November weather? I've never experienced a warmer regular season finale.
No, it's one of the warmest I can remember. We were just talking about, most of the time up here we're bundled up. Not the case today. Absolutely beautiful weather, about 73, 74 degrees, a little light breeze, and this is just perfect.
Southern Utah won and deferred to the second half. Actually, they won and opted to receive. So North Alabama is kicking off to the Thunderbirds. Ball control offense is the name of the game for Southern Utah. But before we play this finale inside of Brawley Stadium, we got to re-tee up that football. Here we go. Ian Vachon walks it off. And it's time for the final football game inside of historic Brawley Stadium. We're playing football from Florence, Alabama. The opening kickoff is returned. Here's a scene for Rand Sawyer near sideline. And this is great starting field position. Wait, here's a penalty flag. Let's see if this helps or hurts the Thunderbirds starting field position. And Brian, that sets the stage for Bronson Barron. And on Joshua Dye is the engine for this offense. Barron has been the leader.
2,200 yards been through the air this year, 11 touchdowns. He has been a real catalyst for this team. Now you look at his numbers, no touchdown passes over the last 4 games, but he is still completing passes, really good high percentage as far as completing passes. And they really just asked him to manage the offense. They're not going to put the game on the line with him. They just want him to manage it, get the football in the playmaker's hands. We'll see what happens here today.
Joshua Dye, second leading rusher in the nation. He needs 200 yards to set the Southern Utah single-season rushing mark. And here's a pass to open up, a completion to Devin Downing. Southern Utah so patient offensively. Each of the last handful of weeks during this 5-game win streak, Brian, you're talking just 10-play drive after 10-play drive.
Yeah, it's a team that they really methodically move the football down the field. They're not going to get any hurry. You probably won't see a lot of tempo from them today, but they are really, really good offensively.
Southern Utah started the season 1-5, won the opener, lost 5 in a row. Played just a slew of ranked teams. There's Fred Veely on the blitz. And he rocks Bronson Barron. And it's North Alabama with a roar on the second play of the game.
Well, Fred Veely was in the backfield on the previous play. This time it counts. That's his 3rd sack of the year, and that's a big one. Pushes Southern Utah back to 3rd and long here, right around 3rd and 9. And North Alabama's defense been trying to make a statement here early today.
Southern Utah 14th in the nation on 3rd down. They're used to 3rd and medium. Coach Fitzgerald saying we have to stay on schedule. 3rd and 9 right here. Let's see if North Alabama dials up the pressure again. Lions bring 3. Barron has his man. That's a first down pickup to Shane Carr plus some. And Brian, you talk about the best running back in the UAC. Southern Utah might have 2 of the best receivers in Shane Carr and Game Nunez.
Yeah, and Shane Carr is definitely one of the best playmakers right there. Ben, he's got the size to make that play across the middle, absorb the contact. He's 6'2", his 45th reception of the year. They love going to him in those big 3rd down key situations.
UNA defensively has given up 3 straight opening drive scores the last 3 weeks. To the air once more. Carr again trying to break free. Grabbing on and wrangling him down. It's Trey Young, the redshirt freshman from Birmingham, Alabama.
A really good one-on-one opportunity there for Trey Young, and that's textbook. You just hang on until you can get help over there. He does. Strong hands, hangs on to the jersey, minimal pickup there, a couple yards, and a 2nd down opportunity here for the Thunderbirds.
Carr 4th in the league, 659 receiving yards. Nunez 3rd in the league, 704 receiving yards. Tell you what, we have not seen Joshua Dye yet. And right on cue, there's his first carry. And Jaheim Ingram is there to plug the hole with the help of E.J. Colbert.
Jaheim Ingram, a junior for this North Alabama squad, Ben, just plugs the hole right there. Stays in that gap, plugs it, knows right where the football is going, reads it well. plugs up the gap, and again, 3rd and long situation here for Southern Utah. Converted the last one. We'll see what North Alabama dials up here. The last 3rd down, they had the safeties back. Let's see if they creep them up a little bit this time.
Southern Utah leads the UAC in 3rd down offense. North Alabama has been one of the best 3rd down defenses for most of the year. They need the 45 right here. Barron has been on target. He's sacked again. Avery Howard breaks free. And the North Alabama defense, the 2nd sack of the day, sends out the punt units.
A defense that was much maligned last week on the road in Texas gets a 3rd down stop here. They had 2 tight ends. Southern Utah did crossing right there, and the quarterback just didn't have time to deliver the football.
So here's Alyssa Vigil out to punt, averaging 38.1 yards per punt. Jalen J.D. Daniels is back. He calls for the fair catch. Scratch that, Justin Pegues. And Brian, slated to start for North Alabama. It was the true freshman, John Alston Wood, but a bit of a change-up. Ari Patu is out for North Alabama head coach Brent Dearman, and we might see both quarterbacks today.
Ari Patu coming out on the year, Ben, 517 yards passing, 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. And yeah, a little bit of a different look here from North Alabama to open up this first play.
John Alston Wood, we were told, would be the starter. Instead, it's Ari Patu, who last started against Central Arkansas. He's been a backup the last 5 games. And look at him lowering the shoulder on the first play of the game.
Now, he's got the size to absorb those licks, and he'll come out of the game now, and now John Alston Wood does check in. But you might see that a little bit today. John Alston Wood and Ari Patu interchangeably. You also see Juice there at the Wild Lion a little bit today, too. So multiple looks at quarterback for North Alabama today.
John Alston Wood, a true freshman from Fulton, Mississippi. 2-sport athlete at North Alabama. He'll be a catcher for the baseball team, playing in his 6th collegiate game. Here's a handoff to Juice Allen. He plugs up the middle. And Brian, for North Alabama, Javian Juice Allen has been the heart of this offense.
Absolutely. He is the heart of the Lion, and love the way he runs. And Juice, 5'9", 200 pounds, runs low. Hard to get pad leverage underneath him, bring him down, and I'll promise you this, you probably won't see one guy bring him to the ground today. It takes 2 or 3 guys to bring him down. Love the way he runs. Such a hard running back.
North Alabama punted on the first 5 drives last week, playing without starting quarterback Destin Wade. For the 2nd straight game, he was injured in the first half against West Georgia. The freshman Wood keeps, skedaddles around. Josh Dunn is there on the stop.
You mentioned Destin Wade. He is down on the sideline in a boot down there with the cart, and no doubt there will be conversations between John Alston Wood and Destin Wade when he comes off the field. You know Destin Wade's going to have thoughts for him. What are you seeing out there? Conversations. Good to see him on the sideline.
Southern Utah defensively has given up opening drive scores each of the last 2 weeks. But, of course, their numbers have been spectacular during this win streak. Juice Allen turns the corner and spins his way to a first down for North Alabama.
How about Tanaka Scott out there, being a redshirt junior, 6'5" wide receiver. He's the lead blocker out there. North Alabama going tempo.
John Alston Wood wants the football. Here's a completion to Tanaka Scott. Scott caught 2 passes for 47 yards to lead North Alabama last week. He's playing in his final collegiate game this afternoon.
North Alabama going to make some changes here. Caleb Heatherly coming in. A little bit different look along the offensive line with the extra tight end.
Caleb Heatherly playing in his 56th career game at North Alabama, a 4-year starter at tight end. John Alston Woods trying to keep this opening drive rolling for North Alabama. He's already picked up 2 first downs. And that play is blown up in the backfield. Miles Amy was there, and North Alabama plays behind the sticks now.
How about that move right there from Miles Amy up top, that swim move. a transfer from Arizona State, and he blew that play up. No gain right there, so it'll be a third down opportunity for North Alabama. And this year the Lions on third down converting right at 38% of the time.
Last week against Tarleton, North Alabama was 4 of 18 on third downs. The prior week against West Georgia, 3 for 14, most of that after Destin Wade exited. Lions need the 44. Juice Allen in space. Breaks out of one tackle, and he rumbles his way to the first down.
That's exactly what we're talking about right there. That first man probably not going to bring him down. That was Mason Stromstad, and Juice Allen ran right through that tackle. They had the play stopped, but Juice breaks through it, picks up the first down, and the Lions move chains.
An impressive opening drive for North Alabama. The freshman Wood now 2 of 2 passing for 14 yards. Oh, he has the big man, Caleb Heatherly. Big Daddy rumbling down inside the 5. Baron Taylor, the touchdown saving tackle.
Great job by John Austin Wood at the line of scrimmage. The play action froze the linebackers, allowed time for Caleb Heatherly to sneak out across the middle. Secondary forgot about him or didn't pick him up. He was wide open and a couple yards from scoring the touchdown.
North Alabama has not scored in 6 quarters since the first half against West Georgia. The freshman Wood has led the way on this drive, 3 of 3 passing after that completion of 39 yards. Juice Allen plugs up the middle. Brent Dearman says touchdown. And they'll try again, 2nd and goal from the 1-inch line.
Well, I tell you, the ball got across, but the knee must have been down just before the ball went across. They'll review that. All scoring and really close scoring plays are reviewed, but North Alabama knocking on the door.
You bet Juice Allen wants that football
Yes.
again. And this time he's in, no doubt about that one. Javian Juice Allen, his 8th rushing touchdown of the year, and an impressive opening drive from the freshman John Austin Wood in North Alabama.
Well, a team that did not put a point up last week, how about this, gets a defensive stop when really the defense struggled last week all week long, and so did the offense. Complementary football. We talk about it all the time, Ben. Your defense gets the stop, the offense gets the football. They march right down the field and score first.
Chandler Dixon on for the point after try. Final game at Brawley Stadium. North Alabama with a true freshman quarterback, John Austin Wood. He's perfect. He's got North Alabama on the board early. A 10-play opening drive for North Alabama. And in the last 3 seasons under head football coach Brent Dearman, when the ground game's rolling, good things happen.
That's the key for North Alabama. You're exactly right. And that number right there on your screen tells the story. When North Alabama is successful running the ball, wins happen. And if you think about it, that's the story for most teams, right? You've got to control the line of scrimmage. It starts with your offensive line. You've got to set the tone up front. And I think on that drive, offensively and defensively for North Alabama, Ben, they won the line of scrimmage battle on both sides of the football.
Ian Vachon kicks off for North Alabama. Rand Sawyer had a good return last time, nullified by a penalty. All right, Brian, for Southern Utah, we did not see much of Joshua Dye on that opening drive.
A little bit surprised by that, but
FCS.
It actually is, and that has been the key and the reason why the ground game has been so successful for Southern Utah so far this season. Coach telling us that they may not be the biggest, the tallest guys, specifically on the right and the left tackle. The tallest are 6'3", but they do play with so much grit, heart, blue collar, he's describing them, and they're not intimidated by anyone. The anchor of that group is their center, Ed Riley, number 51, 6 foot tall, 305 pounds. Coach Fitzgerald calling him the nastiest, hardest working guys and the best center in the FBS. Overall, this up front is physical, will help drive that physicality, and that's why they've had so much success on the ground.
There's a swing pass to open this drive out to Braden Whistler, the backup running back. He's had a catch in every game this season, but hold up, penalty flag in the backfield.
good pursuit there by North Alabama. Whistler's really fast. Watched him on film a couple times this week, and they do like to get the football to him out in the flat and let him use that speed, but this one may be coming back.
So another penalty to back up Southern Utah. Southern Utah on a 5-game win streak, tied for the 10th longest streak in FCS football.
They've got it rolling. I mean, they are playing really good football offensively, defensively. Special teams has been solid for this team, and we talked about it in the open. A win doesn't guarantee them a playoff spot today, but it goes a long way. A loss certainly would knock them out.
Barron is 4 of 4 passing, but back to the ground, and Joshua Dye cannot escape Fred Veely.
How about Fred Veely? Look at him right there. He is amped up. He is ready to go here today. He is looking to make his mark here in this last game here at Brawley. And you see this, Dye gets the football and tries to get to the edge, and Fred Veely says, no, sir, that's far enough. Brings him down right there. Now you've got 2nd and long.
Veely exploded onto the scene as a true freshman. Had his best career game against Memphis, a sack, freshman of the week. He's been a starter at defensive end all season long for North Alabama. 2nd and long, Lions bring a blitz, and there's the first incompletion from Brunson Barron.
And a great job defensively right there, North Alabama. E.J. Colbert coming in on a blitz from his outside linebacker spot, came right up the middle and got pressure on Barron before he could let go of the football. Forced the quick throw, and now again 3rd down here for Southern Utah, 1 of 2 today.
This is a North Alabama defense. Last time inside of Brawley Stadium, played perhaps the unit's best defensive game against West Georgia. Lions not satisfied, obviously, against Tarleton last week. They have come in focused here today. Here's a screen to Nunez, and nothing much going there. Jamari Payne bust up that one. And again, Brian, North Alabama defensively not letting Joshua Dye get rolling.
Suffocating. I mean, this is just a suffocating defensive start for North Alabama, making their presence known. Again, a defense last week that just had all kinds of problems on the field against a really good Tarleton team, but here so far through 2 drives, it's an A+.
So North Alabama set to get the football with the lead. His punt launched. Pegues watches it sail out of bounds, so North Alabama could have good starting field position yet again. John Alston Wood is young and Valley State Northwest Missouri State Championship games, of course. North Alabama fans love the 93, 94, 95 championship runs. And Brian Neese, I grew up going to that championship game, and it was a fixture here in this Shoals area.
It was a lot of good memories from those games, and man, those memories won't be forgotten, but a new stadium is on deck.
Freshman quarterback John Alston Wood is perfect today. Here's a long throw and a great snag by K.J. Fields.
It's a great job right there by John Alston Wood. Goes through his progressions right there, stays in the pocket, doesn't have the happy feet, and delivers a strike, and a good job by Fields of catching that with the hands.
North Alabama had the program's poorest offensive show. 50 yards of total offense against Tarleton State. Already here in this first quarter, approaching 100 total yards. Here's a jump ball. Wood throws it up. Oh, just a step out in front of Tanaka Scott, who is working against Tim Christian on the boundary.
Well, pass is incomplete, but I love what North Alabama's doing right now offensively. Almost a little bit out of the book last week of Tarleton State, kind of a slow developing play at the line of scrimmage. The play action kind of freezes everybody. You try to hit them down the sideline. That's a good pass there. It was just out of the reach.
John Alston Wood replaced Destin Wade when he was injured in the first half against West Georgia. Head coach Brent Dearman said he probably didn't do a good job running the offense for Wood. And he said that was his goal, to get Wood comfortable early. And there's a completion to K.J. Fields and another first down.
Love it. Roll the quarterback out. You've got a personal protector in front of you with Juice Allen there in case something breaks down, and then you just fire it out in the flat. Easy throw and catch, and North Alabama moves the chains.
So a first down pickup for North Alabama. Wood now 4 of 5 passing for 59 yards. He has 59 yards passing on the year coming into this one. Javian Howland, look at him just bulldozing his way forward. 5'9", 200 pounds, and Brian East, he ran like a bowling ball right there.
First guy can forget about it. I mean, if you don't have help there immediately, he's going to run you over, run so low to the ground. And 3 or 4 yards initially, bulldozes his way, as you said, to a couple extra yards. And a great first down play, especially when you've got a young guy at quarterback like John Austin Wood, who doesn't have a ton of experience. Those first down type of plays go a long way for him.
Had a chance to chat with offensive coordinator Morgan Cruz about Javian Allen, and he said he's been like a son to me since he got here. And he's certainly represented North Alabama well. Wood has Tanaka Scott, and the big receiver rumbles inside the 15.
You know, something that John Austin Wood did right there that might go unnoticed is when he's got the football in his hands and he's deciding whether to pull it out or leave it there, he's changing the football in his hands right there. You kind of saw it just for a second, but he throws a strike over the middle. He had to readjust the football, get the laces in his hands. That's a smart play from that quarterback.
Scott's second reception of the game has North Alabama back into the red zone. Juice Allen scored the opening touchdown of the day. Wood against pressure takes a shot, but it's Juice Allen plugging up the middle, and he finds the end zone again. A double shot at Juice for North Alabama.
Great execution right there, Ben. Perfect read, and Juice does the rest.
How about this start from North Alabama? 13-yard touchdown run from Javian Juice Allen. Lions with 138 yards of total offense in this opening quarter after going for 150 against Tarleton a week ago.
Here's a replay of that. Great execution right there. That's just Juice just bouncing off of people. I mean, keep the legs churning. You know contact's coming. He's not going down on that first hit. I'll guarantee that. Good read, good execution by North Alabama. And up 2 scores here in this first quarter. That's got to feel good.
It's a reunion of 90s players for North Alabama from the 1990s era, highlighted by the 95 national championship team. And it's pretty fitting, Brian, getting it done on the ground here in front of a team that ran the triple option attack.
You know they've got to be loving that. Seeing the offensive line just kind of dominate a little bit out there. North Alabama looking good. You got to keep this momentum up. We know that Southern Utah has the firepower offensively. They've got the talent there to score quickly. North Alabama has got to stay in this game and keep their heads focused where they are, but no doubt enjoying a 2-score lead here early on.
Well, Monday afternoon, head football coach Brent Dearman got a text message from Tyrone Rush, All-American running back, Hall of Famer for North Alabama on the 1993 national championship team, arguably the best running back to play at North Alabama all time. And he said, "Hey, coach, keep grinding. We're behind you." Brent Dearman saying having the support of former players like that is key for this program. So there's another nice return.
Side judge, I think, is who threw that. This one made back Southern Utah up again. Second fairly decent return.
So you've seen a block in the back, a holding call. They had another penalty on first or second down on the last drive. And right now, Southern Utah not doing the things they need to do to win this game.
Yeah, third penalty on them here today, and it has affected them. They haven't had great starting field position, and penalties have been the culprit on 2 of those drives. We'll see what they do with this one here.
The Thunderbirds have had fast starts during this win streak against Eastern Kentucky, scoring on all 4 drives to start the half. Against Austin Peay, also all 4 drives. Here's a little misdirection and a bullet fired by Shankar. Utah Tech, it was an 11-0 lead in the first quarter. But here today, down 14-0. Everything favoring North Alabama. The Thunderbirds with their backs to the wall, trying to get to the FCS playoffs.
They've got to get things moving, and that's the reason why. They're not out of this playoff picture yet, but a loss here today certainly would knock them out.
Coach Fitzgerald talked about staying on track. Here's Joshua Dye, and again, he cannot escape. This time it's Trey Young keeping him wrapped up.
How about a defense that was challenged this week by their coaching staff to come back and look like a completely different unit than what we saw last week, and they have done that. They have flipped the page entirely.
That'll be the final play of the opening quarter. Southern Utah can't establish anything. North Alabama, a dominant opening frame, and the Lions trying to send Brawley. Playing short-handed at running back. The backup LT Sanders has been hurt, out for the year. Leaves Jalen J.D. Daniels and Roderick Taylor. And look at Wood threading the window to Tanaka Scott, who's been his top dog today.
It's a great throw right there from Wood. And Tanaka Scott saying, hey, somebody's got to step up. We've got our top quarterback out, our top running back out now. I've got to be a playmaker. And that was a great throw right there, right on the money.
Wood continues his efficient day, now 7 of 8 passing. But here's a third down try, North Alabama, 2 of 3 on third downs. Roderick Taylor, no, Wood keeps, jump ball. Scott goes up, working against Tim Christian. And Christian wins that battle, but North Alabama head coach Brent Dearman is not happy.
It looked like great coverage to me. I know Coach Dearman's not happy with it, but great throw downfield, but Christian was right on top of it. Good coverage there. And I mean, sometimes you just have to tip your hat to the other guy. It was a good throw by John Austin Wood, but the defense wins that battle.
There have been 23 punts of 70 yards or more in FCS football this year. Adam Watford is the only player to have 3, as that one is nearly blocked. He's able to get it off. Played on a hop by Gabe Nunez. And here comes Southern Utah. Brian, they're still trying to get Joshua Dye going. And for the superstar running back, he's got a lot on the line as he's trying to become the FCS rushing champ this year.
Yeah, I mean, he's a guy that can really turn it loose. But and again, you got to tip your hat right to the defense, just like Southern Utah did there. North Alabama's defense has been really, really good here in this first half, and just Dye unable to get it going. But they haven't really given him many opportunities, just 3 carries in this first half. They've got to get the football in his hands for him to have a chance.
He had 39 carries against Central Arkansas last week, 33 against Eastern Kentucky, 34 against Austin Peay. And again, nothing going right there. Fred Veely finishes him off. But that North Alabama defensive front gave nothing.
Fred Veely, Ben, is having a day right now defensively. Watch this. There, you lined up 57 right in the middle of your screen. Out, and then comes back and makes the play, brings him down. No gain on the play. Give him a TFL. Mark him back about 2 inches. That's a TFL, right?
He had just broken into positive yardage. That may drop him back again. Here's a quick dump off. That's Will Burns in at quarterback, and there's speed down the boundary. That's the return man, Rand Sawyer.
That's the one thing right there about Southern Utah. They have speed, and if they get to the edge and turn it on, that's a touchdown-saving tackle right there, knocking him out of bounds. Southern Utah has the speed. If they get to the second level of that defense, it's scary.
So Burns continues his drive here. He keeps again. A swing out again. Here's space for Sawyer. He's breaking free. Can he get there? Touchdown-saving tackle from Cameron Jamar. No, they say touchdown. He took it in. Rand Sawyer says, I'll do it myself.
Ben, I thought sure he stepped out. And Coach Brent Dearman is saying that same thing. He's out on the sideline, but we'll no doubt get that reviewed, but my goodness. I'm telling you, that's the speed right there that we're talking about with Southern Utah. They get to the second level of the defense, they flip on the Jets. They are tough to bring down, tough to catch. Cameron Jamar had to flip on the Jets, and I do think he stepped out. Could be wrong. We'll get a look at it right here. Yes, definitely stepped out before the football reached out across the goal line. It'd be a good look at it right here. Steps at it around the 2-yard line, it looked like. But, man, the speed of Southern Utah is the real deal, I'm telling you.
Sawyer, a true freshman from St. George, Utah.
Yeah.
So
Beautiful
they stole
area.
him away from Utah Tech. Brian, how about this? That young man, 3 carries for 7 yards. 2 receptions for 2 yards coming into this one, and he just made sure everybody knows who he is.
Yeah, that's true. And, man, get down to the corner like that, get to the boundary. In North Alabama, I thought Ben had him hemmed up there. They had 3 or 4 purple jerseys around him, and he just squirted through all of them. And within an eyelash here of a touchdown, I believe they'll bring it back outside the goal line. But, man, just that quick, Southern Utah gets themselves right back in this thing.
He made a great effort right there. He took that one for 58 yards. And Southern Utah, through the first 4 drives prior to that run, had total 43 yards. Eagle Eye Nice pinpointing that to the 2.
1 out of 50 this year, not a bad number, huh?
Ending your season on a high note. You're done.
I'm not guessing any more of them. Yeah, that's the first one I've gotten right all year.
All right, can the Thunderbirds finish this off to make it a new game?
Now, here's the thing for Southern Utah. You've got that big chunk play now. You're in striking distance. You got to punch this one in here. North Alabama's defense has been strong here today, especially in these type of situations. North Alabama has had 2 or 3 or 4 goal line stands this year. They're pretty good in this situation. They've got the beef up front. I expect Southern Utah to try to use their speed to get around the edge.
And this also came with Will Burns in the game, and Southern Utah was forced to burn a timeout. But I believe Coach Fitzgerald is upset about the play clock reset.
That was a quick play clock. Wow.
And here's how we got here. And Brian, it's been behind the true freshman Rand Sawyer.
And you'll see the play here. Out to the edge. There's the speed on that first play that got Southern Utah marching down the field. And then right here, North Alabama's got him hemmed up. There's 2 or 3 jerseys, purple jerseys right there, and then he just flips on the Jets. Cameron Jamar chases him down, knocks him out of bounds. I won't say that Southern Utah has the best speed in the UAC, but they really have some world-class speed on this team for sure.
The Dixie High School Offensive Player of the Year has the Thunderbirds in business. Joshua Dye leads the nation in touchdown runs. He's had trouble today, but he's got the end zone right here. His 26th rushing touchdown of the year, and Southern Utah just made it a 1-score ball game.
North Alabama saying they got the football now. There was a ruling on the field that it was a touchdown. The official's not really talking about it. I think it probably is 6. It'll be reviewed just like any other scoring play. But why not give it to the guy who is your go-to player when you need a touchdown, you're right down the goal line. Joshua Dye is your go-to guy. Put it in his hands.
Jaden Rogers on for the PAT Tribe. Snap, hold, kick. It's on good. So after a frustrating start for Southern Utah, a new star emerges. Rand Sawyer's running free here in Florence, Alabama. But Brian, it's Joshua Dye finishing it off. And could that be the spark plug to get the nation's top running back going?
Isn't that exactly what Southern Utah needed? The offense really hadn't done much at all today. Minimal yardage on the ground. North Alabama's defense had been suffocating. really plugging everything that Southern Utah had tried to do, and then they get one swing pass out to the edge and get a few yards off of it, and then the big pass down the field, and the running back gets down and almost scores. Football is such a game of momentum. North Alabama riding high, the 2-score lead, and then 2 big plays in Southern Utah right back in this thing, and they have the momentum right now. Now we see what North Alabama can do with the football. Can they come down and answer with the young quarterback? We don't know the status of Juice. Is he back in the game? Is he still in the tent? Where is he? We don't know his status yet. A lot of questions to be answered for North Alabama.
Well, Ariel Schaefer, my friend, has you covered on an update on Javion Juice Allen. Ariel, what can you tell us down there?
Well, yeah, Ben, just moments ago, Javion Juice Allen coming out of the tent, warming up with the athletic training staff, just doing a couple up and downs, just making sure that leg was stretched and good. They do think that he did bruise it probably from that helmet-to-helmet contact. Nothing too serious, but he is going to be back in this one and all set to go. Nothing serious from the official word from the athletic training staff.
And that's best case scenario for North Alabama, although Juice Allen, helmet, he's ready to go in.
And they need him today. If North Alabama is going to win this game, they need him in the game, and no doubt give him a little extra time here. And hopefully we'll see him back in sooner rather than later.
True freshman John Alston Wood has been great, 7 of 9 for 22 yards. Roderick Taylor, nothing, bounces, finds something. And that's what North Alabama has done. First down, positive pickup, sets the tone for the drive.
And Roderick Taylor, a young guy, redshirt freshman, but also has really good speed. And I love the way that he runs, too, kind of along the same build there as Jalen Daniels. Quick little scat guy, can get to the edge with great speed. Picks up 4 yards there on that play.
Roderick Taylor from Mobile, Alabama, Baker High School. As a true freshman, was the backup running back a season ago. Injured in practice, missed the season after playing in just 1 game. Rehabbed his way back. He crawls forward right there. And North Alabama has a manageable 3rd down.
3rd down opportunity here for North Alabama. Unsuccessful on their last 3rd down tries. See what North Alabama dials up here. You've got Caleb Heatherly in the game at tight end. He's certainly an option on a 3rd down. We'll see what Coach Brent Dearman has in his playbook right here.
3rd and short. North Alabama on 3rd downs, 2 of 4. Wood on the rollout, has to dance, reverses course. Can he get it? Foot race for the sticks. How about that for the young man from Fulton, Mississippi?
And what is equally as impressive right there is nobody holds for North Alabama. That is a play right there where a lot of times you're going to have an offensive lineman reach out and just grab somebody's jersey. Happens all the time in the game of football, not on that one.
Wood uses the wheels. Slings it out to Taylor, who breaks free from 1, a second. Lando Brown finally finishes it off, and Lando Brown's a star that we have not spoken about. Leads the UAC in sacks, 2nd in tackles for loss. It's our first time seeing him.
Talk about a disruptor, guy who just makes things happen defensively, and I think we disrupted the chains over there. We may have to be looking for some backup chains. Got a chain down on the ground over there. Video.
55 is now wearing 50. I think 99 is in 96. Did we leave some jerseys in Cedar City?
No, but
did we have a jersey rip? Maybe. It's been a physical game.
It has. It has.
North Alabama trying to keep the positive offensive yards churning. John Alston Wood now 8 of 10 passing for a career best, 102 yards. Has a man across the middle. That's his top dog, Tanaka Scott, and he's gone. Tanaka Scott on his senior day, his 4th touchdown of the year. How about that? John Alston Wood's first career touchdown pass at the University of North Alabama.
How about Jets flipped on, my friends? Tanaka Scott catches that football, and there's a couple of white jerseys there, and just truth be told, they had no chance. No chance to catch up to him. He flips on the afterburners, splits them right down the middle, and dances on into the end zone. That's a huge answer for North Alabama.
Point after is good, and Tanaka Scott. Earlier this season, he had a 91-yard catch. Brian, known for his size, how about the speed?
Look at that. I mean, splits two defenders, and on into the end zone he goes, and the celebration on that one is on here in Brawley. Tanaka Scott and his teammates. Did we get to see the little celebration right here? Watch this. A little bowling action, and down goes that spare pin. Yep.
I like the official trying to keep him from falling there. How about John Alston Wood? Had thrown for 59 yards in his career prior to the start against Tarleton, where he had 84 yards, and already here today, 163 yards in his first touchdown.
Got to feel good, doesn't it? I mean, a guy that, you know, just doesn't have a lot of experience this year. Your first time at quarterback, and man, what a game! 9 of 11, 163 yards. Your top running back goes out with an injury, but there he is, right there. Well-deserved break. Enjoy that one. Some celebrations, some handshakes over there from teammates, and North Alabama back up 2 scores.
An offensive explosion for North Alabama. Shutout last week against Tarleton. 17 points against West Georgia. Already 21 points here in the first quarter. There's Rand Sawyer again. He has been the offense for Southern Utah. Brian, you still got the rest of this half and a second half to go. So for Southern Utah, no time to panic. But at some point, they've got to get there. Who's going to be an All-American? Maybe some Player of the Year honors for Joshua Dye going.
Got to get him the football somehow. I mean, however, you know, your offensive coaches can come up with, get the football in his hands. He's a playmaker, and he needs, 20 touches a game, whether it's on the ground or through the air. They've got to find a way to get him the football. But North Alabama has done a great job of defending him today.
His previous season low was 8 carries for 32 yards. And here's a keeper, Will Burns. A sneak up the sideline. Everyone in the stadium thought Dye had it. And it's been Will Burns and Rand Sawyer for Southern Utah.
And I don't know that there wasn't a face mask in the backfield on Dye. We may get a good look at that right here. Dye, there's the fake. Didn't quite see if it was a face mask. I thought he was grabbed by the face mask. But, again, another chunk play for Southern Utah. This one on the ground.
Burns has been the backup to Brunson Barron. Burns, the redshirt sophomore, his first season. He's been the running quarterback, 41 carries, 302 yards on the year. And here he is, chunking it up. Underthrown, nearly intercepted. Devon Martin got a paw on it. Drake Fowler wanted to pick it off, and instead it just goes down as an incomplete pass.
Martin kicking himself right now. North Alabama had the easy interception in the end zone. He didn't know the other guy was there and batted it away. But North Alabama completely blew that play up. I think it was designed immediately to go to Dye, and it was well defended by North Alabama. The Lions should have the football right now. It just didn't happen.
Second down now. Dye trying to zig and zag, and there's his best run of the day. Look at that. He fights forward. That might be enough for the first down.
Certainly is. Yeah, just past the chains. The signal says, or the official says, move the chains, gives a signal. And how about Southern Utah? It's been a game of answers here in this second quarter. North Alabama answering the score from Southern Utah, and here's the Thunderbirds right now knocking on the door with 4 and change left here in this second quarter.
He 6 yards prior to that. He got 10 right there. Burns trying to continue the success. He keeps. Lance Bassett gets him by the toes. before he rolls forward.
Avery Howard upset with himself that he didn't make that tackle in the backfield, pickup of about 4 yards right there. For Southern Utah, this is an important possession. 6 needed here, down 2 scores. You want to answer what North Alabama did, plus give your defense a pretty good rest here.
If you're Southern Utah, you score here, it's right back to a 1-score ball game. Dye trying to stretch to the corner, and North Alabama containing the edge. He ran out of real estate. Got close when he turned the corner, but it's 3rd down right here.
You know, we heard Ariel talking earlier about that center, Ed Riley. Pancake block right there. Big block out to the edge. Nearly allows Southern Utah to get the 1st down, but he is such a good offensive lineman at that center position. So good at what he does, and that time paving the way.
3rd down has been a struggle down for the Thunderbirds, 1 of 5. But it's North Alabama not liking something, calling the timeout. And Brian, how about this game that it's turned out? 21-7, North Alabama leads it. Southern Utah needs a win if they want to have any hope at all at the FCS playoffs. A lot of what their hopes cling to is winning today and getting some help nationally.
Yeah, they need some help today, but really they can't focus on anything else but what's in front of them. And right now is trying to poke this football in the end zone, 1 play at a time here. A big 3rd down here, probably 2-down territory, you would think. Right here, I know it's still the 2nd quarter, but you don't want to allow North Alabama to get another score here right before the half. So 6 is important right here for Southern Utah.
There's one receiver isolated to the top of your screen. That's Devin Downing. But it's Dye trying the right side, and he literally bear crawls down, and that is close. They needed the 3. And they say move the sticks. It's 1st and goal.
I do believe it would have been 4-down territory just with how close they are to the 1st down and the goal line here, but a big opportunity. We talked about how good North Alabama has been in these goal line situations here. They're tough to run against in these type of situations.
Ty now 7 carries, 20 yards. Oh, sneak attack. Will Burns fooled everyone, and he scores.
Beautiful execution right there. Just great job of selling that fake by Will Burns. And he scampers out to the edge. Nobody could find him, and when they did, it was way too late. Another good answer here from Southern Utah.
I'll tell you what, the opening drive was the Rand Sawyer drive, the last score. That time it was Will Burns, and it's kind of the unsung heroes doing it for Southern Utah today.
Yeah, guys that you know, I wouldn't say didn't expect them to do, but maybe that is the case. But they've stepped up when they were asked to today.
And we got ourselves a 7-point ball game. Look at this fake right here, Brian.
Well, you don't see it executed any better than that. A great job at the line of scrimmage, and that's where it all starts. Everybody has got to be focused on that fake. You've got to make it look like the running back's getting the football. The offensive line has to make that work. The running back's certainly a huge part of that. Quarterback Will Burns kind of hides the football as he takes it, and then out to the edge and gets the touchdown.
You look at their ball control offense, and Brian just so efficient in all the key categories. They don't turn it over. They convert 3rd and 4th downs, and time of possession.
It's a big stat. Best defense is a good offense, right? And keeping teams off the field has been key to them in this winning streak right here. That they have done so good at that. 1st in the UAC in time of possession, and that drive took 3 minutes and 20 seconds off the clock. Had that big chunk play, 7 plays, 68 yards. Now North Alabama gets the football. They will have one extra timeout here with the 2-minute timeout coming up.
So, how much confidence do you have in John Alston Wood right now? The true freshman, 9 of 11, 163 yards and a score.
I'd say let him turn him loose. I mean, he's had a great day so far. The play fakes at the line of scrimmage, those reads have been perfect for North Alabama. Tanaka Scott has had a good day catching the football, and right now I don't know that, you know, offensively for North Alabama there's any restrictions with a young man at quarterback.
Still no Javian Juice Allen, who is standing on the sidelines still. It's Roderick Taylor in the ball game. He takes this give, lugs forward for a few. We approach the 2-minute timeout. North Alabama will not get this play off. And it's the 2-minute timeout. We got a one-score ball game here in Florence, Alabama. It's the final game inside of Brawley Stadium. The Lions hoping to give the fans something to celebrate. Opening half of football. North Alabama leads this United Athletic Conference football game 21-14. Benjamin Ray, Brian Neese, Ariel Schaefer. Oh, the pressure arrives, and Wood has to just dump it off. Trayvon Swanigan was there to bust up the party. And Brian, all of a sudden, Southern Utah's got a chance to make things interesting.
Yes, sir. 2 timeouts left here. If you get a stop here, if I'm UNA, I'd probably keep it on the ground and see if you can make Southern Utah burn a timeout if they decide to do that. But they get the football back, and we could have a totally different halftime than we were expecting.
First down to get is the 45. North Alabama, 3 of 5 on third down tries. Might there have been early movement from North Alabama?
I think so.
So 3rd and 8 isn't always ideal, but 3rd and behind the sticks, 3rd and 12, makes life tougher for the true freshman quarterback.
Looked like North Alabama was going to go something underneath there, maybe a screen. Probably doesn't change a whole lot right here as far as your play calling. Still something you don't want to put the football in the air down the field here, I wouldn't think.
Trick formation for North Alabama. Gage St. A lineman is lined up in the slot right. Oh, and Sean Alston Wood gets rocked by Lando Brown.
Whatever that was, it didn't work. Now you've got your punter backed up, punting from near his goal line, and Southern Utah is going to get great field position here. They burn one of their last 2 timeouts, and they're going to have a timeout and a minute and 40-something seconds left to work with here. They're going to put time back on the clock, 1:54, so pretty good situation here for Southern Utah.
Lando Brown leads the league in sacks. Brian, he had not had one the last 2 weeks, but he now has 9 in UAC play, 13 overall on the year, and he is an undersized, tenacious defender.
He is, and he has a nose for the football. If you're North Alabama here, you need one of those big, booming 70-yard Adam Watford punts that he's become known for.
Watford gets off a low kick, takes a Southern Utah bounce, and the Thunderbirds are in business right here. And the question will be, who will come in at quarterback in this 2-minute try? It's been Will Burns getting it done with his legs. Brunson Barron, very successful with the arm, but the offense didn't move much.
Tell you what, if I'm Southern Utah right here, you've got opportunities to take chances down the middle of the field. You've still got 2 timeouts left. You don't necessarily have to work the boundary. Southern Utah's in pretty good shape right here. See what they dial up. And it will be Bronson Barron back out at quarterback.
Barron 6 of 8 passing for 96 yards. Though the ground game has not had much success, Southern Utah just 53 yards rushing. And you're talking about the 15th best ground attack in FCS football. Barron, quick completion, a toe tap from Devin Downing. Boundary clock the friend.
Well, don't you feel right now that Southern Utah has gotten in a rhythm offensively? They are doing what they want to do with the football right now. North Alabama defensively kind of on their heels. They've got to start getting pressure back on Southern Utah, but the Thunderbirds countering that with getting rid of the football quickly.
4 punts to open the game, including a run of 3 consecutive 3-and-outs. Touchdown drives in each of the last 2. Barron threads the needle to Shane Carr, who hangs on to that one for a first down pickup with 97 seconds left.
I'd love to know what kind of changes Southern Utah has made here in their offensive front. They are protecting their quarterback well right now. North Alabama unable to get pressure.
They'll add 4 seconds to the game clock. Nunez motions. A feed up the middle to Whistler. The Thunderbirds will have to go tempo.
Hurry into the line of scrimmage.
Barron already has it. Blitz comes. Oh, has his big tight end, Hayden George, across the middle. And he picks up the first down.
And that's the luxury right there that Southern Utah has. With the 2 timeouts in their pocket, they're not going to use one right here, but they can still use the middle of the field. Still got a minute and change left.
Barron trying to navigate this 2-minute offense. Final minute approaching. Chunks this one up. Broken tackle from Downing, and he gets out of bounds.
Smart play. I thought for a second he was going to kind of try to cut it back to the middle of the field, but you're that close to the boundary. You get out of bounds, save your team a timeout here. And I'm telling you, Southern Utah looks comfortable right now offensively. North Alabama not able to get pressure on the quarterback because Southern Utah right now getting the football in the quarterback's hands. Boom, he's getting rid of it. No time to get pressure on him.
Boy, Brunson has looked impressive. Final minutes after the first down pickup. Oh, touchdown shot, batted away. B.J. Dilworth says not today. And it's second down.
And good coverage downfield right there. There was nobody open. That was well defended by North Alabama in the secondary right there. Stops the clock, still plenty of time. You'll see North Alabama's great coverage right here downfield. The underneath option was covered. Dilworth had it down there in the end zone. Good job by the UNA secondary right there.
First incompletion of this drive. Barron was 4 of 4 for 29 yards prior. Southern Utah wants to try to tie it up. Barron keeps, not a big runner, but that could force a timeout right here.
I'm going to tell you, I was watching that through binoculars, eyes right on top of it, and I was fooled by that.
Okay, they've gotten me on about 4 play fakes of Southern Utah today.
They run that so well, and like I said, I'm zoomed in with these binoculars, and I'm watching the running back, and quarterback's got it, and there's an injured lion down on the field.
You've got those nice Bushnell glasses. Usually you can't hide anything from those.
Well, with these older eyes, sometimes it's not. But here's a look at it right here. Kind of even fooled some of our camera crew. Easy to do when you run it as well as they do. But here's Southern Utah, 40 seconds left, and they're knocking on the door. Big third down right here. They've got a decision to make if they don't get it. Try to do the field goal, or do you say let's just try to get the tie?
And that's North Alabama captain Seth Hampton, slow to get up. An emerging junior star, 7th in the league in tackles. And I do not believe Southern Utah was charged the timeout due to the injured player. They said clock will start on the snap.
Southern Utah today struggled a little bit on third downs, 2 of 6 here in this first half. See what they bring to the line of scrimmage here. They've had a long time to discuss play options over there in that huddle. See what happens here. Big third down.
Thunderbirds go 2 of 6 on third downs. They had 1 conversion on the opening drive.
He didn't like that.
Here we go, 40 seconds. Big third down, Brian. Give to Dye. Fights forward, stood up. True freshman Bishop Burkhalter tag teams with DeMarquius Robinson. No gain. And decision time here for Southern Utah on 4th down. Brian, are you ready for this? Southern Utah a perfect 17 of 17 on 3rd downs.
Wow. Well, you got your thought process here is, do we trust our offense to get this here? If you don't get it, what's worst case scenario? North Alabama gets the football down around the goal line. They're probably not going to do a whole lot with it. You go down by 1 score at the half, which is not the end of the world by any means. Got to weigh the good with the bad, and I think they're going to go for it, Ben.
Here you go, perfect 17 of 17 on 4th down tries.
Don't jump here if you're North Alabama.
Barron has the football. Dye wants to run for it. Stuffed, second effort, that is close. North Alabama says a stop. Southern Utah says a 1st down. What do the officials say? Oh, let's go, a measurement. Brian, we hadn't had a measurement all year long.
I was just thinking that, like, when was the last one we had? Could be the last measurement at Brawley.
Last measurement at Brawley Stadium. Could it be the first failed 4th down try for Southern Utah? Or do they go 18 of 18 right here? Get my binoculars out. I want to see the stretch.
You want to use these good ones?
Mine are blurry. Oh, it's close. Oh, North Alabama gets the stop by the nose of the football.
Wow. Well, you weigh your options there, and you put the football in North Alabama's hands down here on the goal line. If you're the Lions here, oh, now they're going to review the spot. Okay. So that's got to be a booth review, though, right?
And I say this on every review. This is a fantastic student crew here at North Alabama, as long as uninvited guests don't start pulling wires. But it depends on what kind of angle you have. It's not Monday Night Football where there's 100 cameras in the house. They do have pylon cameras fixated on the goal line. It will be hard to have an angle to overturn this. I mean, you look here, Brian, it is hard to see where he is fighting to.
I don't see, and I said I wasn't going to guess anymore, but I'm going to guess here. It's probably not going to backfire against me. How do you overturn that? If you can't, in my opinion.
He's kind of in traffic. You see him cut up right here. This will be the best look. And correction, that was Whistler. No, there is Dye.
So many bodies right there, and
shoulders down right at the 5. Where does the knee go down?
Where did he have to get to?
I believe it was
just inside the 5, right? Upheld, okay. I would have been super surprised if they had the right view to overturn that.
I was looking back trying to remember which yard it was supposed to be on.
Me too.
Maybe we're a bit goldfish sometimes. So North Alabama, final game at Brawley. True freshman at quarterback. Ground attack, 61 yards. Air attack, 163. Brent Dearman's got to be pleased with this.
Absolutely. Going into the half, up 1 score here, and I think they're just going to take the knee and be happy with it, which is the smartest thing to do right here.
So Southern Utah winners of 5 in a row. Playoff hopes hanging in the balance. Down at the break, North Alabama one final game inside of historic Brawley Stadium. with a 21-14 lead. Brent Dearman a hug with his true freshman quarterback, John Alston Wood, and Brian White's 2 first-half rushing touchdowns from Juice Allen. John Alston Woods, why North Alabama's on top.
Yes, sir.
Have him here.
Great first half. 9 of 12 in that first half. 163 through the air. That's a really good first half for a young quarterback last week that really didn't play his best football, but that all changed here today.
R.L. Schaefer will chat with North Alabama head football coach Brent Dearman momentarily. One final game inside of Brawley Stadium. His team has the lead, and R.L. Schaefer has head coach Brent Dearman.
Coach, Southern Utah being able to control offensively, made a charge until that 4th down stop from your defense. How big is that for momentum heading into the second half?
That's big. We always talked to our team about winning the middle 8, the last 4 going into half and the first 4 coming out. So I feel like we won the first 4. Now our offense has the ball coming out of half, so that could be a big swing in this game.
Javion Juice Allen still on the sideline despite coming out from the medical tent. Will we see him play in the second half?
You know, I hope so. It's not looking great right this moment in time. We'll kind of reevaluate it right now, but you know, we trust in the young guy, Rod Taylor. We've got full faith and confidence in him. You know, I hate it for a senior. You wish that he could finish his last game out his senior year, but we'll see.
Coach, thank you so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ariel. There you have it. North Alabama leads by 7 at the break. It's the final UAC football game of the year. Final game at Brawley Stadium, and it's the home team, North Alabama, on top at the break.
Momentum to kick off this second half. The one thing that will help drive the momentum is that they have to get a stop here right on defense. They're saying that North Alabama, John Alston Wood, completely took them by surprise, and he's playing with maturity that they didn't expect. So trying to get a big stop here is going to help propel them in the second half.
Maturity is a great way to sum up the first half of John Alston Wood.
It is, and that right there, that report from Ariel says we are going to pressure this young man and see what he can handle. So we'll see what they dial up here, see if they can get pressure on John Alston Wood. But just from what Ariel says and what the coach said there, I think pressure's coming.
Wood, 9 of 12 passing, 163 yards, and 1 score, his first collegiate touchdown pass. Here he is on the roll-up. That was Lando Brown in his face, and it was nearly intercepted by Mikey Allen. And, Brian, that right there shows you the Thunderbirds' intentions in this second half.
Boy, doesn't it? They dial it up here and nearly get an interception on the first play, and coach saying, hey, we need to stop. Nearly got it on play number 1. John Alston Wood, honestly, has got to be smarter with that football right there. That was not a good throw.
The status of Javion Juice Allen is uncertain for North Alabama in this second half. He has 2 rushing touchdowns on the day. Here's Roderick Taylor with a strong run. And just think about North Alabama's perspective. You've got one of the most electric playmakers at quarterback in Destin Wade out. The heart and soul of your offense, Javion Juice Allen, out. True freshman quarterback, true freshman running back. They could have some big moments in the final day at Brawley.
Could have to carry them here in the second half. If they're going to come away with a win in the last game here in your stadium you played in forever, it's going to be young guys carrying them to that victory.
All right, here's a 3rd down spot for North Alabama. The Lions were 3 of 6 on 3rd down tries in that first half. Wood tucks to run, and a shoestring tackle. Trayvon Swanigan does it again, and the freshman was ready to use the wheels to get the first down.
I still think that is a sign of maturity from the young man right there. You see him right here on your screen. He's going through his progressions, and nothing's open, and he says, all right, I'm not going to try to force something, and I'm going to see what I can get on my own, but North Alabama has to punt it away. That's the stop that Coach Fitzgerald was looking for Southern Utah that Ariel just reported about.
Adam Watford, 4th in FCS in punting yards, has not had his best day today, 39 yards per punt. That one takes a sideways hop. And here comes Southern Utah, a slow start. They close strong. North Alabama had the 4th down stand. But Brian, can the Thunderbirds get Joshua Dye going?
That's the key. That's where they want the bulk of their offense to come from in this third quarter. And if they're going to win, they got to get the football in his hands. If you're North Alabama, he's been quiet in that first half. You've done a great job defending him, but no, he's going to get the football here in this third quarter.
So Bronson Barron, 10 of 13 passing. Joshua Dye, 9 carries, 24 yards. They play down a score. Dye tries the near side, a patient run. And he follows the blocks for a pickup of about 9 on the first play of the second half for Southern Utah.
Yeah, and patient run describes that perfectly. He just lets his offensive line get out in front of him, and he just follows them, and they lead him wherever he's going.
That's his second longest rush attempt of the day. Here he is again. Oh, he's got some daylight, slithers for the first down into North Alabama territory.
I would think at the half that his offensive line was challenged. We're going to get him the football. It's up to you guys to open the holes for him. We know that he's going to get his touches here in this second half. You guys open up some holes, and he'll make the rest happen. North Alabama's got to defend that offensive line. They've got to win that line of scrimmage battle here in this second half if they want to close out Brawley with a W.
During this win streak, Joshua Dye has gone for over 100 yards in every game. 6 straight 100-yard games overall, and Barron goes down again. Fred Veely disrupts that one, and that changes the opening drive of the second half for Southern Utah.
About the day Fred Veely is having, he is making himself known in that backfield. Watch this, he just comes from out of nowhere. See him there coming from the edge of your screen, and he brings down Barron, who's a little bit slow to get up.
Fred Veely had 2 sacks on the year. He has 2 here today thus far. And this North Alabama defense had 1 sack against West Georgia after having none against Tarleton. And all of a sudden, Fred Veely and this defensive front, they've cranked the intensity up to 11. And here's Brunson Barron being helped off. So they'll tend to him, the senior leader, 25-year-old starting quarterback, married with a child. Coach Fitzgerald telling us this week he's the emotional leader, the mature leader. But now you turn it over to Will Burns, who's been very effective when in the game.
Yeah, he has. And you don't really lose a lot with Burns coming in. They both played today. They both know the offense well, and it's a big opportunity here on a second long.
Burns has led 2 scoring drives today. He keeps this one zigs and zags. And you're staring at a 3rd and long now.
Wouldn't you love to know the recipe there on those plays right there? Those fakes are so good at the line of scrimmage. Everybody plays their part so well. Now you got it 3rd and long here, and you struggled a little bit on 3rd down. It's an opportunity for the defense to get off the field here. Still a 1-score game early in this 3rd quarter.
Southern Utah goes 2 of 7 on 3rd down tries. They need about the 36. Here's a jump ball, miscue. Trey Young stayed with it. Anson Kraut ran the opposite route. And both teams force a punt to open up this second half.
Yeah, just miscommunication there. Quarterback thought the play was a designed deep route down the sideline. The receiver had cut the route off, and North Alabama gets the ball back.
What a punt.
Oh.
But Southern Utah cannot down it.
Why would you get out of the way of it?
And North Alabama will have the football when we return to Brawley Stadium. Well, we got national champions in the house. Ariel Schaefer, who you down there with?
Yeah, that's right, Ben. As you can see, those national championship rings, I am standing by with All-American setter Ken Taylor, who's back for part of the reunion honoring the 90s era. How awesome is it to be able to get everyone back here for one final time at Brawley?
It's unique. You know, these are guys that you went to battle with, that you played with, that you're still friends with. I still talk with a bunch of them. You know, not face to face can we get together a lot because everybody's doing their own thing, quite successful in their own right, and have scattered throughout the United States. But things like this, when everybody can come back and you can hug them, shake their hand, it's fantastic.
We mentioned too you were part of the back-to-back. You weren't back-to-back-to-back, but the 93-94 team. What made that group so special for your junior and senior season?
It kind of started after our freshman season. Coach Wallace realized we had some talent, but we also had some people that weren't bought in. So the conditioning program was tough to say the least. If you weren't completely bought in, you didn't want to do it, and you left on your own. And that core that was left was hard-nosed, good people, happened to be good football players as well, and the rest is history.
We were talking before we went on air about how Coach Wallace was a developer of men. What has his support meant to you when you graduated, move on to your professional career? How did you take what you learned from him into your life?
Well, he actually got me my first job. I was at practice one day, and he pulled me to the side, and there was a guy that came and said, "Hey, I want you to meet him." I had good grades. He was like good hard worker. You know, you would be dumb not to hire him. I didn't even know that I was in the job market yet, so I actually never interviewed. That was the interview. It was a done deal. So he recognized good talent, good people, and he was also put people together. So he was always looking out to better somebody else, just not himself, but everybody around him.
When you think about this being the final game after 77 years here at Bradley Stadium, is there any flashbacks or any moments that really on this field that stood out to you to this day when maybe you had a flashback when you walked in here?
Oh, just about every time. I mean, I still live in Florence, so when I would come here for middle school football games or high school football games, you still see some of your memories. Obviously, the '93 championship game was a quarterback sneak to win it, and I was a center, so that's a good memory. But you also remember some of the plays during the game that Tyrone, Brian, these names that are, you know, All-Americans that they did individually. Like, that was something special. I mean, we had some major talent here, and it was just fun to watch them play and play with them.
Wade, thank you so much for your time. Enjoy the rest of the day. Absolutely. All-American center Ken Taylor, one of the UNA legends here, honoring the 90s era. We'll have more football coming up after this.
Welcome back to Florence, where it will be 4th and inches at the 29.5-yard line. Brian, they reviewed that one, and North Alabama will keep the offense out, it would appear.
Yeah. And I see Juice down there. And is that
He's
him?
taking the field.
Coming in, yeah.
With Ari Pontu at quarterback.
Good to see him back in.
Juice Allen went down in the second quarter. He has 2 rushing touchdowns for North Alabama. And it's Ari Pontu in for his 3rd play at quarterback. He is under center right here. Pontu, the plunge. On 4th and inches. That should be enough to move the sticks.
Ari says it is. He's right.
Fantastic conversation Ariel Schaefer just had with Ken Taylor. 2-time All-American, 2-time national champion and All-American at North Alabama. Both sons drafted into Major League Baseball drafts. Son Grant debuting with the Washington Nationals. What an unbelievable weekend for his family.
Oh,
no, an errant snap. Wood turns, gives chase. And this is a disaster for North Alabama.
We haven't seen that a lot this year at all. I don't know if there's been another one. And that's unfortunate because down here on your end of the field, man, your playbook now just completely changes. You're trying to go up 2 scores here, and wow, that's just, yeah, it was a wide snap, not over his head, just wide. And Wood lucky to scramble and get back there to that one.
Jalen J.D. Daniels.
Woo!
Big wheels, big stick.
Wow. Boys and
Baron
girls.
Taylor was there. Hello.
That one makes the highlight reel right there. That was a bone-jarring lick. I think J.D. delivered that lick, didn't he? Whew.
It was almost the second hit from Josh Dunn after Daniels delivered the blow to Taylor.
Pinball.
Third and all of Florence, Alabama right here. Screen to Daniel. And after getting the fourth down conversion, North Alabama forced to punt. And the self-inflicted wound does not help.
Yeah, and you really need Adam Watford, one of those big booming punts right here. And as you mentioned earlier, it hasn't been his best day. It's been effective, but not his best day. And you look for one of those big ones here if you're North Alabama.
He averages 47 yards per punt. Here today, it's been 39.8. Rand Sawyer watches this one go short. Still takes a North Alabama hop. And it's Southern Utah's turn here in this third quarter. Final football game at Brawley Stadium. Broadcasted from this very booth that Brian Neese and I are hanging out in right now. Kirk Herbstreit did a game here in Florence, Alabama. The next year, he was on College Game Day. Sean McDonough did a game here in this booth. The very next year, he was calling the World Series for CBS. Brian and I have been doing games together for the last 9 years. We're still here.
We're still here, and glad to be here. I love being around this. The team you guys have here is A+. All the students, they do great work.
All right, Southern Utah football. Thunderbirds down a score, trying to get momentum, full momentum. Here's Will Burns still in the game at quarterback. He rolls his way to a first down. Brunson Barron exited on the previous drive with an injury. We'll get an update shortly on him. But Brian, Will Burns has been ultra effective at QB.
Yeah, he has. He's done really well at that position today, and he kind of felt like there toward the end of the first half, Southern Utah was kind of building momentum, and they got stopped there toward the end, but they've got the football now here and trying to get this a tie game. Remember, they've got playoff hopes on the line today.
This one nearly blown up. Here's a dump underneath. The big tight end, Hayden George, with another catch. And there could have been early movement from North Alabama. No. Illegal formation.
Proper alignment is key. And the penalties for Southern Utah getting to stack up a little bit. They had some key penalties in that first half that backed them up on a couple different drives, and this will add to that. Instead of a 2nd and 5 or 6, you've got 1st and 15.
Both teams will not be satisfied with some of the mistakes here in this third quarter. Dye had a promising start, and look at that, just an all-out brawl when he hits the line. That was Big Ox, Caleb Brown, greeting him, and that was big boy football right there.
We were down on the field earlier watching Big Ox warm up, and he was energized. I mean, this was an hour before kickoff, and he was ready to lay the load on somebody right then, and I love watching him. His motor does not stop until that last whistle blows. He is a really, really fun player to watch.
Southern Utah 2 of 8 on third downs. They want something here to make it a much manageable third down try. A dump off underneath to Nico. And now you got a manageable 3rd and medium.
Southern Utah being right there, just putting it in the quarterback's hands, rolling him out a couple of steps. North Alabama's been able to get pressure on the quarterbacks here today, and the counteract to that is getting the football out of the hands quickly of the quarterbacks, and they've been pretty successful doing that.
Thunderbirds have averaged 3rd and 8 today. It's 3rd and 6 right here. They need the North Alabama 40. Burns tucks to run, picks up a block. He gets blown up by Fred Veely, but he's got the first down and he's up for more.
Room to run right up the middle. Fred Veely, the big stick toward the end, but comes in there, does the quarterback, finds the route to run. Offensive line wins the battle at the line of scrimmage. You'll see a good look at it right here. That's a design run the entire way, and there's the big stick to wrap up that play, but a first down for the Thunderbirds.
We'll go down to Ariel Schaefer after this. She has an update on Brunson Barron. Burns hands off to Dye. Ariel, what can you tell us about the starting quarterback for Southern Utah?
Yeah, but, well, Ben, he has his helmet on, and he's on the sidelines right next to the offensive staff, still looking at his arm sleeve, following the play. He seems like he is good and ready to go. He is fully suited. Doesn't look like they're going to put him in for this next drive. However, he's the type of guy that Coach Fitzgerald did tell us that if he is not in the game, he's not going to pout about it. He's more of a team goal-oriented guy rather than a self-oriented guy. So there's no surprise why he's still following the play, looking at his arm sleeve and trying to help the young quarterback.
So it's Will Burns' drive for now. Dye tries to change direction, steps out of one tackle, and North Alabama is just bottling up the nation's second leading rusher.
And this play right here, this third down, is a play where you would love to have Barron probably back in the game. And you don't have him right now, and so you've got to rely on the younger quarterback to make the play here. This is in all likelihood, a passing situation. See what Southern Utah does, and it may even be down 4-down territory if they don't convert here.
3rd and 5. Thunderbirds go 3 of 9. Burns loses the football, coughs it up, and North Alabama's there to take it away. Lance Bassett plops down on it, and it's North Alabama football.
Mistake right there. Hard to say who's at fault. Maybe both of them. Ball pops on the ground. North Alabama, Johnny on the spot, jumps on it. Another big stop for this defense. We've seen instances like this all year where it's a bend but don't break. And I don't know, it's hard to tell. We don't know the play call, but whose fault was it? Whoever it is, North Alabama, the benefactor of it.
Last year, these two teams had a shootout in Cedar City. It was the same way when they met in 2018. It's turned into a defensive slugfest here. Deep shot, John Alston Wood did not get all of that one. But Tim Christian smothered KJ Fields, and North Alabama will move the sticks.
I don't know that you'll ever have a easier pass interference call than that one right there. That was just a mugging. Throw from Wood. Had a lot of air underneath it, a lot of time for all of that contact right there. And North Alabama, again, the benefactor. You get the fumble and then the PI, and here you are knocking on the doorstep of plus territory.
Not the way you expect a 50-50 ball to go.
No, not at all. Usually the tackle happens after the catch.
So North Alabama gets the first down, penalty yardage. Wood keeps, pocket collapses. Pick a Thunderbird. He had nowhere to go. Miles Amy there. Who got there first?
Probably a misread right there from John Alston Wood. Although Southern Utah had both defended well, the keeper and the give to the back there. There was nowhere for Roderick Taylor to go either, so play just blown up, 2nd long.
It's a true freshman quarterback, redshirt freshman running back. In North Alabama, a miscue. Taylor comes away with it, and he tries to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And the miscue play turns into a short pickup for 3rd and long.
North Alabama almost reciprocating there what Southern Utah had done with the fumble earlier, but hang on to the football. You still get to play your 3rd down right here instead of turning it over, and see what the Lions dial up right here. They will have to snap it again.
Lions have to cross midfield and make it down to the 44-yard line. This could be the final play of the 3rd frame. There's a completion, but it's not enough for the first down. It's Noah Gregg into Southern Utah territory. And it'll be decision time for Britt Dearman when we come back. We got a one-score ball game as we move to the fourth quarter here in Florence, Alabama. Final game at historic Brawley Stadium. Benjamin Ray, Brian Neese, and Ariel Schaefer. And Brian, we got ourselves a tight one here in the final quarter of play.
Yes, we do. Been a big fourth down on this first play of the fourth quarter.
Freshman quarterback John Alston Wood is thrown for 184 yards and a score. North Alabama defensively, 4 sacks, and this fourth quarter opens up with a 4th and 3. North Alabama going for it. Wood on the rollout. Completion, that's KJ Fields. Blake Stillwell knocks not until after he can get it on 4th down.
How about the coaching staff putting the confidence in this young man, John Alston Wood, now 13 of 17 on the day, saying, hey, go get it, young man. We're putting the ball in your hands. Let's complete a pass. Let's keep going.
Last week against Tarleton, Wood was 4 of 11 for 84 yards. He's now 13 of 17 for $184. And here's Roderick Taylor, nearly lost the football. Got it back. I believe that was Mason Stromstead trying to strip it loose. Little hot potato action.
Wow. Watch this. Taylor's going to get the football in his hands. He's fighting for yardage. Oh, there's the football, and he got it back.
Coach Fitzgerald singled out Stromstead. He said, as we have been playing better as a team, he has been playing better as well. It's Caleb Heatherly in the backfield, the personal protector for John Alston Wood. Spin, misdirection, deep shot. That was Justin Luke, the intended receiver. UNA fans down there wanting to see the handkerchief come out.
Pretty good coverage right there from Southern Utah. Play takes a long time to develop. Good protection up front. Now we'll see Ari Patu check into the game on this third, about 4 here.
Does it feel like North Alabama's just in 4-down mentality football mode?
Yes, 100%. This is absolutely 4-down territory.
Patu is alone. You've got Pegues, the team's leading receiver, lined up behind Caleb Heatherly. Patu keeps on a design quarterback scamper, takes a lick, but he spins around for the first down.
Well, that's what he's called on to do, and he's fired up and got it done. Great job by Ari Patu. Probably Southern Utah knew what was coming right there, but Ari Patu was well blocked up front. Takes the snap, plants that foot, and it's go time. Takes a pop right there, spins off of it, first down.
Boy, how big has this drive turned into? With 21-14 the score. Can North Alabama make it a two-score contest here in the fourth? Wood. Oh, he's getting Big Daddy Caleb Heatherly wide open in his final collegiate game. Pulls it in for the touchdown.
Beautiful execution right there from North Alabama. Being John Alston Wood right there, goes through his progressions, finds Heatherly open down the seam along the boundary, and hits him in stride. His second touchdown pass of the day is very well executed. What a throw there from Wood, and Heatherly wide open.
North Alabama, a 2-score lead. John Alston Wood. Hey, you lose your senior leader to an injury. Feels like the game should flip. But Brian Neese, John Alston Wood has turned it on for North Alabama.
Yeah, no problem at all. He gets it going here for the Lions.
Well, Ben, it's absolutely electric down here. You can feel the confidence from the North Alabama sideline right before the start of before play resumes. Everyone got in a huddle, and coach was like, hey, do it for your seniors. Do it for who has played before you. This is a very monumental moment in our history. But also the players turned around and said, Coach, no, we got you, because prior to the game, we were told that head coach Brent Dearman did tweak his back at practice, so he's been having to do all the recovery stuff, putting himself on the injured reserve list. He had to get a shot to help ease the pain, and it's starting to wear off, and the players are just going up to him and saying, hey, Coach, we got you as well. You're part of our team, so they're trying to finish that strong. But how about that? It still hasn't stopped, though, Coach Dearman from running up and down the sideline and being as vocal as ever.
Oh, look at this, spinning free. It's Rand Sawyer. Oh, he was so close from breaking that. Brian, how about that young electric freshman from just down the road in St. George, Utah?
That is a touchdown-saving tackle right there. Whew, North Alabama dodged a bullet right there. That certainly will not make Brent Dearman's back feel any better. That is a marvelous return right there, right to the 50-yard line. And now, half the field to work with. You need that, down 2 scores here in this fourth quarter. Southern Utah doesn't have to go tempo right here, but they got to have some energy to this offense.
Brunson Barron is back in this ball game. Down 2 scores on the road. He'll try to lead a comeback. Joshua Dye has had a frustrating day. That's now his 15th carry. He's right at 52 yards prior to that. After the gain of 5, he's at 57, which is his 3rd fewest in a game this year. He had 56 against West Georgia and 32 against San Diego.
North Alabama's done a great job today of bottling him up, not allowing anything to get loose with him with the football in his hands.
He's the nation's 2nd leading rusher. Here he is again, and he is swarmed. DeMarquise Robinson finishes him off.
I don't know if he's ever had as a frustrating day as this before, but man, North Alabama has just everything he has tried to do. There's been 2, 3, 4 purple shirts around him. Great job defending one of the nation's best running backs today.
I mean, North Alabama has struggled defensively this season, but this might be the best game the Lions have played in the final game at Brawley Stadium. 3rd down has been the troublesome down for the Thunderbirds. 3 of 10. Here's Dye out of the backfield. Jermaine Ray Jr., the nice open field tackle. And Dye's 2nd effort makes it a 4th and short right here.
Big changes right here for Southern Utah. Bring the big boys in. You see the screenplay right here. 2nd effort at the end does get him close to the line of scrimmage. But here we are, big 4th down here.
North Alabama stopped Southern Utah earlier on 4th down. The first failed 4th down try for the Thunderbirds. But they get that one there to start a new streak.
That one by about a yard. Down 2 scores, remember that. There's 10 minutes and change left in this game. Still plenty of time, but depending on how much more you take off the clock here on this drive, time starts to become a factor.
Brunson Barron missed, 2 drives, I believe.
Yeah.
Now back out. He's 11 of 14 passing for 130 yards. He wants to unload deep. Pocket was falling apart on him. Devin Downing, the intended receiver, just off the mark.
Yeah, and just a little bit of hesitation, I believe, on that throw. Kind of threw off of his back foot. You'll see here, as you mentioned, Pocket kind of breaks down and just not enough on that throw to get it there. Not completely on the hill, but not really up on the toes either right there.
2nd and 10. Dye has an alley. Joshua Dye trying to break free. And there's his best run of this ball game.
Just what the doctor ordered for the Thunderbirds right there. Ben, that play was well blocked up front. gaping hole for Dye to get through off the left side here, well blocked, and then he just flips on the Jets, and North Alabama has to track him down.
He's got it again. He's fighting forward. He's in for the touchdown. His second rushing score of the day, number 27 of the season, and Joshua Dye fights for that one. And, Brian, it's a one-score ball game here in Florence, Alabama.
And hashtag raise the hammer they did on those last two plays. Well blocked up front. North Alabama a little bit on their heels defensively. And here's Southern Utah down 2 scores in the fourth quarter. Now down 1 score. Lots of time left in this one.
Joshua Dye just said, hey, let me get going. And, Brian, it had been a sluggish day, and just like that, he's got 97 yards.
Just like that. I mean, he is a playmaker and a clutch playmaker at that.
PAT try is up and good. Don't give up on this one just yet. From Cedar City, Utah to Florence, Alabama. One final game in Brawley Stadium. We got a one-score contest. Well, it was a slow start for Joshua Dye, but Ryan East, he's starting to show why he's not just one of the best backs in FCS football, but perhaps all of college football.
Those numbers right there tell the story, don't they? And the thing about him is, yeah, he struggled today, but he is clutch, and he's going to get his yards. And he's starting to do that here in this fourth quarter. And if I'm Southern Utah, I try to ride that momentum with the football in his hands. Now, your defense has got to get the stop here, but you want the football back, and I'm putting it in Dye's hands if I get it back.
Southern Utah graduated the best running back in FCS football last year in Tyson Lamge. Big guy to replace, right?
Yeah.
And what do? Well, you go out and recruit a guy, a transfer from UTEP, who you recruited out of high school, and he's got a shot at leading the nation in rushing. It's crazy. Here's Justin Luke off of a bounce, tries to cut it back, and the squib kick turns into some cake for Justin Luke right there. 9:33 left, one-score ball game. Brian East, what's in store for North Alabama right here?
Well, you've got to still be aggressive here. You've got to be on your toes here with the football, moving the football down the field. And, I mean, the way that they put the football in Mr. Wood's hands, I think they're going to try to see if he can make some throws downfield here.
Roderick Taylor is in the backfield. He takes the give. Oh, no, that's Jalen J.D. Daniels, who can absolutely fly. He will have an extra year of eligibility. Although Brent Dearman not happy he got out of bounds right there.
Yeah, stops the clock. Don't want that if you're North Alabama, but you are still fighting downfield, trying to pick up yardage. You're still attacking right here. You saw Coach Dearman there kind of winding his arm, saying, stay in bounds.
So they had moved the sticks, and they've got to walk it back. So it's 2nd and 1. 2nd and less than 1. I mean, Brian, that marker up there could not be any closer.
About a half yard, isn't it?
Couple inches. Heatherly motions in. Wood keeps. Stood up right at the first down to gain. Flung down afterwards. North Alabama wanting some extracurriculars. Josh Dunn, the first Thunderbird there. And that should be enough. They say move the sticks.
He didn't get it by a lot. Better option there was to hand that football off. Jonathan Wood took a shot there at the end, being thrown down to the ground. That's what Coach Dearman wanted the penalty on, but didn't get it.
This is a Southern Utah defense that during this 5-game win streak has given up just 17 points per game. And Jalen J.D. Daniels slips. The turf monster gets him. And that goes for no gain. And you got to watch out. There's some pushing on both sides, and you do not want a costly penalty one way or the other.
Yeah, the last thing you want right now is the 15-yarder in or against you, or for or against you. And yeah, you're right. You got to keep your cool about you right now.
Daniels remains the feature back. Tries the left side, hops through. And all right, for Southern Utah, this is currently the biggest third down of this game.
Yeah, North Alabama, early success on third downs. They were 2 of 2 at one point, Ben, and now they are 4 of 11. So the adjustments have been made for Southern Utah on third down. This is a big one right here. Don't get it, likely a punting situation, and we've got ourselves a game here in this fourth quarter.
North Alabama needs the Southern Utah 47. Wood wants to throw for it. On the run. Oh, what a completion from the true freshman to Tanaka Scott for the first down deep in Southern Utah territory.
What a clutch play right there from those two young men. John Austin Wood completing his 15th pass. Tanaka hauling it in. You see Wood rolling out. Let's see. Finds Tanaka Scott and a big first down.
Into Southern Utah territory. The clock, North Alabama's biggest ally right here. Daniels trying to find something. Josh Dunn on the stop. Pick up a 4, and you'll take that on first down.
Absolutely. Took under 6 minutes left in this one. North Alabama right now in no hurry, but still has to be effective on this drive. You're entering the area where you're in field goal range. Probably would like to get it down to the 35 or 30-yard line to try a field goal and make this a 2-score game.
John Austin Wood not looking like a true freshman leading this offense. Look at Jalen Daniels slipping free, and he was so close to breaking that one. Cam Maroka, a touchdown-saving tackle from the ground. There's an injured Thunderbird down on the field. With 5:22 to play in this ball game. We'll step away. We got the finish from Florence next.
He toss one here? Might he?
Third and 1. North Alabama. Got to be 4-down territory, you would think. Ari Patu is out of the gun. He has been a designed runner when in. He has 4 carries for 18 yards. Designed run. Big stick from Stromstad. That's not enough for the first down, and it's 4th down and 1 right here. And you know it. Brent Dearman's keeping the offense out there.
Yeah, it's the right decision. I mean, it's from there, 52-yard field goal from that point, and you don't want to give them the football right there and them have plenty of time to march down the field. What a big 4th down this is.
North Alabama, 2 of 2 on 4th down tries. John Austin Wood hands off to Roderick Taylor. He's got just enough. That's right at the line. And they signal move the sticks.
First down. That's a key play in this game right there. Moving the chains on that play right there. You got to think about this. The clock now, Southern Utah still has all 3 timeouts. When do you start using those? How conservative does North Alabama get here?
So the game of keep away continues. Taylor fighting. Look at Lando Brown with a splashdown. No gain. Clock rolling. And for Southern Utah, you would like to probably keep it on the fringe of field goal range. Ian Vachon for North Alabama does have the 8th longest successful field goal try and a school record of 55 yards. But you're right in the range of a 50-yard try right here. Wood, deep shot, one-on-one coverage, and that's an easy penalty flag. Mikey Allen. You could see the tug.
Yeah, held on to him all the way down the field right there. I like the decision. You've got one-on-one out here on the edge. Plenty of protection up front. Throw it up, see what happens. And you see that PI all day long right there. And how about this? Now the football right on the nose of the red zone here at the 20-yard line. And the clock beginning to become an issue here for Southern Utah. They've got to start thinking about the timeouts. Remember, you have the 2-minute timeout coming.
One score ball game. Clock rolling. Excuse me, clock stopped inside of 3 minutes. Jalen Daniels looks for the edge. Can't find anything. And Southern Utah calls the timeout. You start getting inside of 3 minutes, you wonder how you'll approach the 2-minute timeout. And here's Coach Fitzgerald trying to get the ball back around them. But for North Alabama, Brian, you're in good shape here to either continue the game a keep away or get a field goal try. But in all honesty, a first down might just about do it.
Where the chess match begins, doesn't it? I mean, it's, you know, you're trying to, defensively, you're trying to figure out what you think the offense might do. On the offensive side of the ball, how conservative do we get? Do we keep it on the ground? Do we take a shot here? You're in field goal range. There's no doubt about that. Do you want to put that on your kicker? A field goal in all likelihood wins the game. But, man, so many things to think about. I'm much more comfortable in this seat up here than I would be down there on that sideline. I can tell you that.
Right? John Alston Wood, not the starter today. Came in on the second offensive play. That makes him eligible for the save, Brian.
That's right. That's exactly right.
Second and long. The young freshman gives to Jalen Daniels. Lando Brown and company wrangle him down. Timeout called with 2:31 left. So, Brian, if you're Southern Utah, do you let it roll to the 2-minute timeouts, or do you try to get the football back?
Well, I think here you've got a third long. You probably want to save one of those timeouts to ice the kicker, so to speak. If it gets to that situation, you got to think about that. You want to burn all your timeouts here and not have an opportunity to call one right before the kick. If I'm Southern Utah right here and they don't get the first down, I let it roll down to the 2-minute warning. Burn that timeout and let that kicker have extra time to think about it. Then I call another timeout.
Ian Vachon's missed last week against Tarleton. He's North Alabama's kicker. He is 4-4 inside of Brawley Stadium this year. Daniel tries up the middle. 2:27 left. Here's the timeout. And here comes the field goal try. All right, here's your stat of the day for Ian Vachon. This will be about a 37-yard try potentially, roughly.
Yeah, 34, 35, yeah.
Ian Vachon is 0 of 2 this year from the distance of 30 to 39 yards.
Well, here's the thing right here. If you're Ian Vachon, in your head, you got to be thinking, I'm kicking on this play. There's no question of whether Southern Utah is going to call a timeout. They don't have any left, so you know it's coming right here. It's going to be right at 35 yards. Here we go.
Could this be the unofficial game winner? So right at 35 yards, Ian Vachon Started his career at Birmingham Southern, grew up dreaming of playing football at North Alabama. Here he is trying to ice the final game at Brawley. The kick is on the way. Oh, he missed it! And the door is left open for Southern Utah with 2:22 to go. Brian, are you ready for this?
Wow. Wow. Well, Southern Utah has plenty of time and a timeout left. You're going to get, or they don't have a timeout left, but you're going to get the 2-minute timeout. My goodness. Special teams, friends. Special teams.
2:22 left. Thunderbirds must go 80 yards. And it's going to be on the arm of senior quarterback Brunson Barron. He's 11 of 15 passing, 130 yards. And here he goes. This first play is a give to Whistler. Absolutely nothing there. And will the Thunderbirds try to hustle and get another play off before the 2-minute timeout?
They're going to try.
North Alabama begging for a stop defensively. There's a completion across the middle to Carr. So as we breach the 2-minute timeout, it's a first down pickup for Southern Utah. Don't go anywhere. Final football game at Brawley Stadium. Here we go, one final football game from Brawley Municipal Stadium. Southern Utah with the football, down a score. Barron fires a crisp pass to Downing. No timeouts for the Thunderbirds. They need 7 points. And Brunson Barron will try to do it in what is potentially his final college football game. Barron has to just chunk it up. And it's third down with $1:33 to play.
Smart right there. Smart for the back to kind of quote-unquote chase that ball as he's the intended receiver there, but a third down opportunity here. Southern Utah today on third downs, 3 of 11.
They're on their feet in Brawley. North Alabama needs 2 stops. The Brawley faithful turning out for one final game in what's been the home of the University of North Alabama since 1949. Today's the final game here. Barron across the middle. Oh, what a snag by Devin Downing into North Alabama territory.
My goodness, that pass had some zip on it. Downing reaches and makes that catch. Big first down.
Again, no timeouts for the Thunderbirds. Barron gets to 4-man rush. Takes the deep shot. Has Carr. Oh, my goodness, inside the 10. Shane Carr with the catch of the day for the Thunderbirds. And it's first and goal from the 3.
What a beautifully thrown ball right there. Right where the only person that's going to catch it is the intended receiver. You won't see him thrown any better right there than Barron. Wow, what a throw.
We approach the final minute. First and goal from the 3. Joshua Dye is in. Here he has 2 scores today. Here's the second effort plunge. They say touchdown! A hat trick for Joshua Dye. And Southern Utah an extra point away from tying this ball game up.
Wow, right there at the goal line. No doubt it'll be looked at in the booth to see if he did stretch it across. Wow. Come down to the very end here in Brawley. North Alabama, Ben, is going to have 56 seconds, but all 3 timeouts left. They are going to review this to see if he did get the football across before a knee or an elbow or something else hit the ground. If you're North Alabama right here, best case scenario is, okay, yeah, he's in. All right, whatever, fine. You'll have 56 seconds and all 3 timeouts. You don't want any more time to run off the clock here.
Here's the completion that got us here to Shane Carr.
Look at that throw.
43 yards.
Beautifully thrown ball, hauls it in, and now we see the look at the touchdown.
It's almost like he crawled across. That was Hayden Erickson, the big tight end, helping push him across. I mean, I think if you're North Alabama, obviously you would love a goal line stand, but a tie game in 56 seconds, you don't mind that.
Yeah, I mean, the best case scenario in this situation, is that right there, that it's upheld. Yeah, you want to keep them out of the end zone. Here's another look at it. It's hit right about the 2 and then powers his way through. Well, I tell you what, North Alabama's had problems with extra points this year. See if Southern Utah can connect on this one.
Shaden Rogers home for the biggest PAT of the year to tie this game up. We are all squared away, 28 all. Benjamin Ray, Brian Neese, Ariel Schaefer, one final time from Brawley Stadium. And Brian, down in one end zone for North Alabama, you got members of the 1995 National Championship team in the house. And what bigger stage for the true freshman John Alston Wood to have his Brawley moment after just watching the work of Brunson Barron and company.
You want to etch your name in UNA history? Mr. Young quarterback, now is your chance, my friend. You're going to get the final drive, well, what could be the final drive in Brawley Stadium history. Wow. What more could you ask for than this right here? This is something special.
Here we go.
Remember, North Alabama got loose on a kickoff return earlier, ran it up to the 50-yard line. They love that here.
Justin Luke takes the knee. 56 seconds left. North Alabama has 3 timeouts. John Alston Wood has been incredible today. 15 of 20, 227 yards and 2 scores. Oh, here we go. A final memorable one from Brawley Stadium. And Wood is in the shotgun formation. First play. Ball batted down by Tim Christian.
How aggressive do you want to get here if you're North Alabama? No doubt. That part right there of John Alston Wood pounding a little bit on this drive. Last thing you want to do is give Southern Utah football back with any amount of time left, although they don't have any timeouts left.
You dream of these moments. Design keeper. He's got the first down and some. He navigated that run perfectly.
Tell you what, the best part of that is getting out of bounds. Yes, you get the first down, and that's key, but getting out of bounds.
North Alabama has had some heartbreaking losses. The double overtime loss to Illinois State. An overtime loss to Utah Tech. Trying to have a memorable close to the final game at Brawley. Nothing for the freshman that time. Henry Harper on this stop, and North Alabama calls the timeout with 41 seconds left.
To be in range, North Alabama being there about 26, 27 yards from being where you feel comfortable with even attempting a field goal. Got time, and you've got timeouts. You've got 2 of them left. But you're about 25. If you want to just round it off, say you're 30 yards away from being in field goal range. where, like I said, you even feel comfortable giving your kicker the opportunity. Missed one earlier.
It was 2018. North Alabama had a senior day walk-off game-winning field goal. Could the Lions do it again in the final game inside of Brawley Stadium? 2nd and 10 with 42 seconds left. Wood, pressure arrives. Steps up to run. He's got some space. Picks up a block. And how about the poise from the young freshman from Fulton, Mississippi?
10 yards there. Now about 16, 17 yards from being where you feel comfortable with a field goal. Got plenty of time, 2 timeouts.
North Alabama opened up to a 14-0 lead. Southern Utah made it 14-7, then 21-14 at the break. 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns from the Thunderbirds have set up this scene. Wood inching North Alabama closer. Tucks to run. Carries Lando Brown forward. 29 seconds left, and North Alabama calls the timeout.
So 2 plays, Ben, basically for 15 yards. You might have 30 seconds left and now 1 timeout. Got to have got to give your team time to set up the field goal unit if you don't have a timeout. That 1 timeout right now is key to set up any kind of field goal opportunity. You got to keep that one in your pocket.
Second and 8. Pressure arrives and he goes down. Henry Harper. A sack for the 4th straight game, and he blows up this drive for North Alabama.
Play of the game defensively right there. Wow, what a play from Harper. 6.5 sacks on the season now. That's exactly what you had to have happen. Big loss. Wow, what a play defensively from Southern Utah.
There have been some super Thunderbird efforts here today, from the offense to the defense. And now you've got North Alabama in a 3rd and 17.
You know, you're talking about super efforts here today. I go back to that catch from Devin Downing earlier.
Yes.
That was a great catch that kept a drive going, and now the big sack here from Henry Harper. 2 huge plays in this game.
Now, North Alabama has had some luck drawing penalties on chunk plays. Could this be an opportunity here? 3rd and 17. Wood. Oh, he teed off Lando Brown. Get back there. Look at Lando fly.
My goodness. I don't know that I've ever seen anybody get to the quarterback any quicker. John Austin Wood had no chance. Wow.
And we play for overtime.
Well, how about that?
North Alabama plays in overtime for the 3rd time this year. First overtime game for Southern Utah. Brian, final game inside of historic Brawley Stadium. Why not overtime?
Well, we couldn't let Brawley go that easy, right?
So many memorable moments. What kind of send-off will Brawley Stadium get right here? Both head coaches trying to find the rallying words for their teams right here. And all right, let's play the game. Which side do you want? Do you want the football? Southern Utah with the momentum. And the stage keeps growing. Let's not forget Southern Utah, 5-game win streak, tied for the 10th longest in the nation. They need this win if they want a shot at the playoffs.
And we said that at the very beginning. For a chance to get in the playoffs, Southern Utah had to win this game. Even a win today does not guarantee them a spot. It helps things, and they need a little help from other teams in the country. But a loss today pretty much slams the door on any playoff hopes for Southern Utah. They are fighting to continue their season. North Alabama fighting to send this long, storied history stadium out with a W here today.
So many fans in the stands came out for one final thriller in Brawley. You think of season ticket holders that have had their seats for so long, they'll have new seats at the on-campus stadium, Bank Independent Stadium, Bobby Wallace Field. And here we go. Here's a big coin toss. And look at the captains. Jaheim Ingram ready to go out. Here's Brunson Barron. And Brian, this right here, this is what you dream about.
It sure is. It sure is. These two captains, these competitors taking it out to the coin toss and see what happens here. Tails is the call. All right, Southern Utah gets it first. Overtime when we come back. It has been a wonderful football game here today, and, man, couldn't let Brawley Stadium go that easy.
Southern Utah football, they have momentum. Joshua Dye, 3 touchdowns in regulation. He takes a lick from Seth Hampton. North Alabama has a pair of heartbreaking losses in overtime. We're going to review this one.
Injury, I believe.
Oh, an injury, excuse me. How about Brunson Barron? 15 of 20, 205 yards. Led the scoring drive in regulation. After being injured.
Yeah.
North Alabama scored a touchdown to go up 2 scores. E.J. Colbert, one of the handful of seniors for North Alabama, playing in his final game. A 5-year kind of guy. You don't see a lot of those in college football these days.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of players, as you're saying there, kind of sticking it out and waiting on your time. And he has done that and being rewarded for it. What a game. What an absolute game here today.
2nd and 6 now. Barron and Dye in the backfield, the leaders of this Southern Utah team, all the way from Cedar City. Early movement, and that erases the first down pickup.
Sure does. Big penalty right there. Seven penalties now against Southern Utah. How about this, Ben? Just 1 penalty for North Alabama today.
Second and long. Barron has Dye in the backfield. The give goes to Dye. Look at him fighting for the corner. What a tackle from Lonell Cunningham. Short pickup. And how about a fun 3rd down here in overtime?
That's a great job defensively there from North Alabama. Ben kind of stringing that play out. Nothing getting to the edge. North Alabama defends it well, and now a big 3rd down opportunity here.
North Alabama final game inside of Brawley Stadium. They're on their feet. Blitz comes. Barron has Nunez trying to escape. Cameron Jamar on the third down tackle. And it's fourth down right here for the nation's best team on fourth down.
And I believe the offense is staying out there, being they're going to go for it on this fourth down. Here's a look at it again. Slant across the middle and a good play there by Cameron Jamar to haul him down. Fourth down, here we go.
Joshua Dyes in the backfield. Fourth down and 2, and North Alabama calls the timeout. I don't think Brent Dearman wanted to call that timeout. He looked upset on the sidelines. But perhaps a timeout of, let me see what you're going to do.
Yeah.
It's 1,706 miles from Cedar City to Florence, Alabama. Southern Utah will fly home after this. They'd like to go home with some momentum and a win.
Beautiful area of the country. Love it out there.
Here we go, fourth down in overtime. From the 2, the 15 is needed. Barron shifts Dye, 5 on the play clock. The give to Dye, the nation's third leading rusher, will not get it. Caleb Brown lost his helmet, but he made the stop. North Alabama with a roar to open overtime.
Big Ox knifing through there, Ben, celebrating. Who cares about a helmet right now? Go celebrate. Now North Alabama offensively has a chance to get it done here in Brawling.
Caleb Brown is fired up on the sidelines. His third season, he took advantage of the extra year given to JUCO players. And Brian, now the true freshman quarterback, John Alston Wood, can have his Brawley moment. If you're North Alabama, field goal wins it. A year full of heartbreaking losses. Can North Alabama end it with a bang? Oh, this play's blown up in the backfield again. Lando Brown.
Well,
how about Lando?
I don't know what they have done, but they are timing this snap count. Ben, they are timing it perfectly, getting off the football. That's a 5-yard loss right there. That's a huge play on first down defensively for Southern Utah. Wow.
Brown ended regulation with the same thing. Starts overtime with this. He has been a menace when it has counted most for this dominant Southern Utah defense. Oh, football on the ground. A scrum for it. Southern Utah celebrating, and the Thunderbirds have it. Wow, defensive stands here in the opening overtime period.
Wow. This one has had everything here today. Anything you could want in a football game, this one has had it, and it ain't over yet.
Wow. And we'll be back for the second overtime period opens up. North Alabama football. A touchdown requires a 2-point try. Caleb Heatherly across the middle. Oh, broken up. Blake Stillwell. And this Southern Utah defense continues to arise to the occasion.
Look at this pass right here from John Alston Wood. It's a well-thrown ball, but knocked away by that Thunderbird defense. Wow, big play after big play. Every play from here on is big, right?
North Alabama fumbled in overtime. Southern Utah had a failed fourth down try. Here's the second play of the second overtime. Wood lofts it high across the middle, draws multiple penalty flags. That was Tanaka Scott working against Tim Christian. So it didn't matter what the pass did. as that one sailed really far. Holding.
8th penalty on the day against Southern Utah. Just one penalty. One penalty. A 5-yard penalty at that against North Alabama. That penalty giving North Alabama a free first down.
From the 15, Sean Alston Wood, 2 touchdown passes already for the true freshman. Justin Pegues, no, Wood keeps up the middle. Stood up. Still going. And how about that superb effort from the true freshman?
Yeah, just kept backpedaling his way. Keeping the legs churning, nobody going down. Can't get me to the ground.
From inside the 10, 2nd and 3. Roderick Taylor breaking free. Oh, a touchdown saving tackle.
Remember here, if you score, you have to go for 2 from here on out.
That was Josiah Dye, twin brother of Joshua Dye. First and goal from the 1. North Alabama trying to strike here in the second overtime period. Justin Pegues motions. Taylor, this time he's got it. Roderick Taylor with his first career rushing touchdown, and it gives North Alabama the advantage in the second overtime period.
Greatly executed right there by North Alabama, just right off the left tackle into the end zone. And now you got to go for 2 here. What does North Alabama have in the bag here for this 2-point conversion?
Brent Dearman, one of the most creative coaches in the nation when it comes to 2-point tries. Ty Watkins is in the ball game. He's a backup quarterback for North Alabama. John Alston Wood is split out wide. Watkins keeps misdirection. Lando Brown wrangles him down. He's still going. And North Alabama cannot get anything on the 2-point try. But the Lions have the advantage. Can the defense get a stop? Can Southern Utah do something special? Here we go.
Oh, man. Well, there is a penalty flag. All right, it'll be holding against UNA declined. So here it is, up to your defense. North Alabama can get the stop, they win. Southern Utah can score and get the 2-point conversion, they win.
My, what a game this has been. A beautiful football Saturday in Florence, Alabama. The final regular season game. Southern Utah needs a win to keep playoff hopes alive. North Alabama wants to close out the Brawley Stadium chapter with a dub.
My goodness. Look at that view right there. That is gorgeous.
Picturesque finish here in Florence, Alabama. Brunson Barron's turn. Joshua Dye is in the backfield. Barron on a misdirection. Watch out. That's Nico again. And he's got a first down to open up the second overtime period.
All right. First down. They can pick up another first down at the 5. What a game this has been. I mean, start to finish.
Barron pulls. Oh, has a man! That's Gabe Nunez! And Southern Utah can win it in the second overtime with a 2-point try.
Wide open. I mean, wide open. What a play call there from Southern Utah and their offensive staff. North Alabama got lost in coverage right there. And one play for Southern Utah to get out of North Alabama with the win.
First touchdown pass of the game for Brunson Barron. Carr and Nunez have both made big plays. You've got 3 rushing scores from Joshua Dye. And now the game comes down to this 2-point try. And Southern Utah calls the timeout to talk about it.
Game on this play, Ben. Wow.
What do you do? Who do you give it to? You've got 2-point plays that you practice.
I know who I'm getting it to. Mr. Dye is certainly, I'm getting the football in his hands in some shape, form, or fashion. Who's been big for North Alabama? Fred Veely's been big today defensively. Can he blow a play up and send this to a 3rd overtime? We'll know here in just a second.
Here we go. The game comes down to this 2-point conversion. Dye is in the backfield with Barron. Brunson Barron has North Alabama call the timeout.
Cat and mouse.
This is like the old basketball inbounds play.
Yeah.
Let me see what you set up with. Let me call a timeout.
Yeah.
Okay, let me change something up right here.
I think it's smart, too, limiting teams to 1 timeout in overtime. Can you imagine how long overtimes would last? Oh. What a gut-wrenching game for both sides.
And again, North Alabama this year already has 2 overtime losses.
Yeah, yeah.
It's been heartbreak after heartbreak for North Alabama. And if you're Southern Utah, the selection committee meets tonight and tomorrow. It'll be announced. If you want to hear your name called, you've got to get this conversion right here.
No doubt there's some selection committee eyes on this game right now.
Here we go. Brunson Barron and Dye in the backfield. Here's a misdirection. The toss to Carr. Foot race to the corner, and Southern Utah wins it in double overtime. What an epic finish. And the journey from Cedar City, Utah is complete with a season-ending win to make it 6 in a row for the Thunderbirds here in double overtime in the final football game at Brawley Stadium.
Speed wins this game for Southern Utah here today, Ben. He gets to the edge and flips on the Jets, and North Alabama had no chance to catch him, and Southern Utah heads back home with a big-time W.
What a bittersweet ending inside of Brawley Stadium for North Alabama. The final game for the Lions, the home since 1949. But Ariel Schaefer standing by with the winning coach, Delane Fitzgerald.
How disappointed you are in this?
I mean, Coach, I have to just, you mentioned that right there, but just walk me through that last play call. What did you see and what did you tell your quarterback?
Yeah, practiced that play all year and hadn't run it until right now, but we practice it probably once a week. We go every day. We go 3 plays of 2-point. So we already have our 2-point plays down each week that we're going to run if we get in that situation, and just executed the play.
You mentioned in our pregame chats that from your quarterback, the amount that he's able to be. Have ease. Yes,
love you.
Just to have ease with him. He's been around the game for a long time. How did he carry this one?
Yeah, there's guys playing in this game young enough to be his son. So he's pretty mature, pretty confident. Bronson's been a whale of a leader for us the last 2 years. Don't know where we would be without him. We like to joke with him about how old he is, but what a great young man he is, and building a great family. He's got a bright future. The way he handles his business is on the way a 40, 45-year-old would. Just really proud of him. Glad we got to coach him for 2 years.
This game has a lot to do with the selection committee and the impression. Why do you guys deserve a spot in the playoffs?
Hey, we're in the UAC. We're in one of the top 3 conferences in this country. If we get into the playoffs and they send us on the road, we're going to beat somebody's butt on the road.
Coach, thank you so much. Congratulations.
Yeah, go Thunderbirds.